In this presentation, we are going to look at the graduate degree completion requirements. These are the requirements every graduate student must satisfy in order to graduate with a master's degree from North Carolina Central University. You can find this information in the graduate catalog. Once admitted to a graduate program at North Carolina Central University, you are bound to the contents of your admission year catalog. Therefore, you are expected to become familiar with the contents of the catalog. These are the topics related to graduate degree completion requirements we are going to cover. Graduate degree completion requirements. This picture is showing the steps each graduate student must take to successfully complete his or her program and graduate from NCCU with a master's degree. In the next few slides, we'll examine the details of each step. Comprehensive written qualifying examination. In addition to examinations that occur in individual courses, most graduate programs require students to pass a comprehensive written examination to qualify for admission to candidacy for the master's degree. The comprehensive written examination covers subjects from courses within the major. The graduate students should have successfully completed at least 9 credit hours in his or her program of study and maintained a minimum overall GPA of 3.0 before taking the comprehensive written examination. The only programs that don't require this examination are the Masters of Business Administration, the Master of Information Sciences, and the Master of Library Sciences. These programs have other requirements. A student failing to pass this examination may apply for and secure re-examination. The retake of the exam must occur between 30 days and 1 year from the first attempt. The opportunity to retake the exam will be granted by Dean of the School of Graduate Studies once the student has scheduled a meeting with members of the committee to review his or her performance on the previous examination. The student and the committee must develop a remediation plan to address any identified areas of weakness. The remediation plan may identify additional readings, courses, or other measures to address the areas of deficiencies. Should a second failure occur, approval for a third examination must be granted by the department chair, academic dean, and dean of the School of Graduate Studies, and the same steps I just mentioned must be repeated. However, the third attempt may not occur within the same semester as the second attempt. In the event of a third failure, the student has no recourse and he or she is dismissed from the graduate program. Admission to candidacy. Admission to candidacy for the students who are writing a thesis as part of their degree requirements usually follows successful completion of a minimum number of credit hours of graduate coursework in the program and passing a comprehensive written examination or acceptance of thesis approval by their college or school. Once the graduate student has met eligibility requirements, the student's graduate faculty advisor starts the recommendation for admission to candidacy by preparing appropriate application forms. When the non-thesis option is selected, students should consult their specific graduate program, as the requirements for admission to candidacy for non-thesis master's degree varies by program. Master's thesis. Candidates for the master's degree must produce an acceptable thesis when this is the chosen option in the graduate program. The preparation of the thesis should show the capacity of the student and their guidance to accomplish independent investigation. And it must demonstrate mastery of the methodology of research. Each semester that the student is working on thesis, he or she must be registered for at least 1 credit hour of thesis course for a maximum of 6 credit hours. Electronic thesis submission. An electronic copy of an acceptable thesis must be submitted to the graduate office to be inspected for compliance with the graduate school's requirements for form and style. It is very important that the submission is done in a timely manner. It is not unusual for a thesis to be returned several times for corrections. Please check the School of Graduate Studies website or Graduate Students Handbook for information regarding the electronic submission of your thesis. Master's project. Candidates for the master's degree produce an acceptable project when this is the chosen option in the graduate program. The non-thesis project option varies in form depending on the specific graduate program requirements. Typically, students have specific course requirements associated with the project option. Carry out a research investigation under graduate faculty supervision, write and submit a scholarly document on the research, and defend the research project in an oral examination. Projects are evaluated and approved by the students' committee, which is usually chaired by the faculty advisor, and the result is submitted to the School of Graduate Studies. Please note that the projects, unlike theses, are not required by the School of Graduate Studies to be submitted electronically. Internship and practicum portfolio. Candidates for the master's degrees must submit an acceptable portfolio when this is the chosen option in the graduate program. There is no course credit granted for the portfolio requirements. The purpose of the portfolio is to demonstrate competency in knowledge and skills in the proposed area of study. Since various types of portfolios are required by different program areas, students must consult with their graduate faculty advisor or the graduate coordinator about specific program portfolio requirements. The final examination for the master's degree is the evaluation of the written thesis or project, and is the oral examination covering the thesis or project and its application in the major and minor subjects, or maybe the oral or written defense of the culminating internship or practicum portfolio. A student failing to pass the final examination may, after the lapse of a semester, apply for and secure re-examination. Should a second failure occur, approval for a third examination must be granted by the department chair or academic dean. In the event of a third failure, the student has no recourse and he or she is dismissed from the graduate program at NCCU. Applying for graduation. Students must apply for graduation at the beginning of the semester of the intended graduation date. Applications which are available through the registrar's office must be submitted by the deadline announced in the university calendar. In addition to this requirement, students must complete a request for degree checkout with their graduate coordinator. If requirements are not met for graduation during that semester, students must apply again in the following semester. Eligibility for graduation. All requirements, including the coursework, comprehensive written examination, thesis, project, internship, or practicum portfolio, and the oral final examination, must be completed by the dates listed in the academic calendar in order for a student to receive his or her degree during the desired semester. Where can you find these information? You can find detailed information about these policies and procedures in the graduate school course catalog or graduate student handbook. And to find the forms needed for some of the procedures, you need to visit the graduate school forms and documents website. Our location. The School of Graduate Studies is located in Taylor Education Building, room 123. Please feel free to call if you have any questions or if you would like to make an appointment for a visit.